Hey everyone, Fence Feed here. Um, just finished building, or upgrading rather, two laptops I'm about to package up and deliver to their purchasers. But before I do so, I just thought I'd give a quick synopsis overview on the work I did. So yeah, let's get to it. So over here we've got a Sony Vaio NW series laptop. This person bought this laptop actually from Best Buy. It was a pretty good deal, relatively speaking, compared to everything I'd seen anywhere else. So, I mean, if they got a good deal, why not buy it, right? So, this laptop ran the person about, when everything was said and done, $700 or so. Pretty nice deal. I'll go into the specs on it in a second. Whereas this one is a Toshiba satellite laptop. It's a L505 series. And this one ran the person more like about $500. So not really comparing the laptops per se, because of the price difference. It'd be kind of stupid to do so, but just going over everything it did anyways. So while that one's booting up, while they're both booting up, I guess I can talk about the aesthetics. The Vaio over here is built out of this kind of brushed aluminum kind of thing. You can't really tell in the video, but it's got like these lines across it. It's very solidly built, actually. I'm really impressed with it so far. For how much it costs, it's a very, very thin laptop, as you can see. The monitor doesn't add very much to that. And it's overall just really solid build. My favorite thing about it is the keyboard, really. It kind of gives the appeal of kind of like one of the last generation like MacBooks, sort of, in that the keys aren't really like wobbly from each other. They're each independent like little buttons, as they should be. It types really nice. It's really nice sound to it. It's really smooth and really concise. So really like the build in that. The mouse touchpad is also very nicely built. And actually, it's kind of funny. It actually has a kind of another iPod-like feature. It can do that, spreading thing where you want a picture, you can, do that thing with it, whatever. Kind of cool little touch that they added to it. And one of my favorite things about it is built into the firmware on this little thing, it has one of those anti-touch things, because I don't know if you guys know, like, instead of clicking, you can go on a laptop and do that kind of thing and click instead of actually using the button right here. But it's a cool feature, but some laptops, or at least the when it first came out, had a really annoying not fail-safe against that. So like you'd be surfing around and accidentally clicking when you didn't need to, and it'd be really, really annoying. Whereas this laptop has a safe feature about that, so you have to really click if you really want to do anything. So it's kind of cool. And then over to the satellite. So this one is more built out of plastic. It's a durable plastic. I'm not sure exactly what type. Just your basic laptop plastic, I guess. It's got a gloss finish on it, so it looks really nice out of the box. But as everybody knows, once you start using these things, they start accumulating fingerprints and dust and other crap all over it, which makes it look actually worse. But anyways, right now it looks nice. It's got a nice gloss finish to it. It's black. I really like the way it looks. And as far as the keyboard goes, it actually has one of those keyboards I kind of, don't really like. It's just your basic, kind of nothing special laptop keyboard. That's not too bad. Like I said, that's to be expected when you're, paying a $200 difference. So nothing too bad. Let's see what else. Oh, the touchpad actually. It doesn't have the same anti-touch feature this one does, but it does take a good press with it. I've been playing around with it a little bit. It does kind of do that old thing I don't really like sometimes, but it's not as bad as the other one, so I think that they're finally phasing that out of laptops recently. Yeah, not exactly the thinnest of laptops, but once again, you can't really compare the two because of the cost difference. They both have, I believe, 16-inch screens, or I think this is a 15.4-inch and this is a 16-inch. But they're both the same resolution, like 1366 by 768, I think. There's so many resolutions out right now, I don't know if I keep track, but I'm pretty sure that's pretty accurate. Yeah, what else? To the webcams, you just got your basic, 2 megapixel webcam right there. There, got a nice little blue light that turns on, make sure you know you're being filmed. Yeah, whatever, nothing special. Let's see, speakers. Actually, that's really two things across the two laptops. I have been very impressed with both of these, really. I can't exactly say which one's better than the other, but I was actually really impressed with both these laptop speakers, because usually when you go for the more premium to low end laptops, you get really what you pay for when it comes to that aspect, because even some of the higher end laptops have really crappy speakers. It's really washed out, distorted, kind of like the speakers that come with some monitors. This one doesn't have them, but if you've bought a monitor with speakers, you know what I'm talking about. They suck, but that's why you have these. Anyways, but that's actually not the case with these. I was actually really impressed. Relatively speaking, for a laptop, they're pretty good. But yeah, so I think that's everything on the outside. So now to get into the guts. Alright, so starting with the Vaio. We've got, in this one, for the processor, we've got a T6600 2.2 GHz Core 2 Duo processor. It's a pretty fast little guy for a laptop of this price. I don't know if you noticed how fast it started up. It's got a pretty good boot time, but I think that has a lot to do with the fact that this is actually running Windows 7 64-bit, whereas this is running 32-bit, but regardless, still faster. It's got 4 GB of DDR2 RAM, more than this person really ever need. It's got a 320 GB hard drive, or rather that's what it came with. I'll get into that in a second. And let's see. Oh yeah, the one thing I really like about this laptop that's really cool, and something that's really unexpected for how much you pay for it, is it actually has a built-in Blu-ray player, which I thought was really cool for how much it costs. Because I mean, usually when you're paying for a Sony Vaio, the cost difference between something like a Toshiba is just because it's a Sony, you're paying more. But in this case, it's actually about the same price to performance or budget ratio between the Toshiba compared to features. So it's actually a really good buy. If anybody's looking to buy a laptop, I'd actually really recommend this. It's once again the Sony Vaio NW series, $700 Best Buy. Really good deal. So yeah, so now we'll go into the Toshiba. This one's got a T6500 Core 2 Duo processor, so it's about 100 MHz slower. Nothing too noticeable, if unless you're like me, you know every little millisecond that counts. It's got 3 GB of DDR2 RAM that it comes with, and also has a 320 GB hard drive. No Blu-ray player, obviously, but still a nice little laptop. $500 is pretty tough to beat. So yeah, I think that's it for the specs that they came with. I'll make this guy up again. So now to go into what I did to the guts. So pretty much this person gave me about $100 to kind of have free reign to do whatever I really needed to do to make it better with. And I decided to put in a 640 GB hard drive in, or actually, another 320. So for a total of 640 gigs on this guy. So pretty big jump in the hard drive space. Particularly because this person's going to be using this laptop for watching a lot of videos and such. So that'll come in handy, and that Blu-ray player will be a pretty nice feature to have too. And then the rest of the money I used to buy Norton antivirus and all that other junk and stuff. And as this guy, I was able to put in another gigabyte of RAM and a 500 gigabyte hard drive, or another 280 gigs. This person's going to be using it for music, so obviously won't need nearly as much space. But two pretty good performance little jumps regardless. But yeah, so anyways, that pretty much covers it, guys. Just wanted to give you an overview of that. It lasted 10 minutes, but oh well. If you're looking to buy a laptop, I would highly recommend, for the 500 range, the Toshiba Satellite L505 and the Sony Vaio NW series. So I'm going to package these up, deliver them to their owners, and yeah, so if I don't see you guys soon, hit you up with the video on my new build. Hopefully I'll see you guys soon. Alright, thanks for stopping by.